What is going on, everybody? Whew. Joe, I forgot to put up the last podcast on our official podcast. It's up on Facebook and I think it's on YouTube. This will be a double header. I'll just put another one up tomorrow. Let's put two of them up back to back, dude.
Our listeners are marathon listeners, so and they're probably listening to us in fast forward times 2. So
we got a good podcast here. I'm sure some other people have done some follow-ups. I haven't had a chance to really participate in Junior Brothers podcast. I'll talk about those guys in a little bit. I had a chance to hang out with them. Bert and Ernie.
Yeah.
Dang, Tim Green, I'm going to give you a prize just for always being the first one on here. I don't know how you do it, dog. I don't know how you do it. Tim Green is the guy. He's like Lee Shuri of Instagram.
Okay.
You know, Lee is always in Vicente. Look at Vicente right there. They are always commenting, participating, they're just there, right? You can tell that they're just PDR hungry. What's up, Matt?
I missed you, Matt. Looked like you had a good time over there.
I got a little Dave-O. What's going on, G? Like you're missing some of the all-stars that were there, Matt. Matt.
It's the all-star.
Matt was like all over the place. Dave-O was all over the place. We were all over the place. Actually, what am I doing? I've got sorry guys. I'm just reading it. I'm not putting the comments, dude. So
Eric Patton. Yeah, we're live right now. So anybody, if you're listening to this recorded on iTunes or on the podcast, that's what we're talking. We're talking to our audience here on live on Facebook. Are we on Facebook or
we're everywhere? Facebook.
We're everywhere. Okay. All right. Myke, I just realized that I can look at the comments now. Just now.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I didn't know how you and John were.
You didn't click on the comments on the right side?
What the heck? How come I don't see them? So.
Hey, so Joe, listen, I got a little something for you. Once everyone gets in here, we'll get this going. I got a little something to show you, just real quick, and then we'll get going. By the way, if you guys we're waiting for people to come in here. Mega Media event, April 28th and 29th at Anson's PDR at their location in Texas. Get your tickets, please. People are already starting to buy them. No joke. I'm not hustling you. I'm not telling you. I'm just saying, don't be one of those techs that wait to the last minute. And then I said, well, I can't let any more people in. I really can't, because it gets very stressful doing the photos, doing all that thing. Don't be one of those guys, please, or ladies. Okay. And if you're a husband and wife team, you both can come for that one price admission. Okay. So if you're a husband and wife team, you guys work together, you're allowed to come, both of you. So, okay. Also, Anson's open house is the 30th too, so don't forget about that. So kill two birds with one stone. If you've never been to IMI or don't have IMI certification, not been to IMI, if you don't have IMI certification, electric vehicles are coming out, get certified. It's happening, folks. It's not just about Tesla, it's electric vehicles in general. So check that out, okay?
That's right.
What's up? I'm going to just call you Sean because I don't want to mess up your first name. I know you and we've seen each other. He's over and we've seen him all the time, right, Joe? You see him?
I don't think I've met Sean.
You don't met Sean? Oh, I'm talking about, you never met him at MTE or anything like that?
I don't know, man. I mean, I might have. If I saw his face, I'd probably recognize him.
Yeah, you would. I think I'm going to head down this year. Stan and Line are going to be there for the open house. Yes, Dave. Brandon Schmitz. I'm going to talk about these guys a little bit. The Bert and Ernie, man. You guys, I think you guys got the most views and most likes on a single picture on my Instagram, dude, ever. So
right on, man.
I put it on there like over 1,000 likes, man. Shoot, you don't really get that very much. So
you ginger bros, man. That was, I saw the pictures and I was a little disturbed, but I got a good chuckle out of the Bert and Ernie.
Hey, he just had his show, so I'm glad we didn't overlap onto his. So that's cool. Our Brandon, Joe and I got to catch up to one of your shows, dude. So
definitely. I've been listening to them on iTunes.
Have you? I want to get theirs live, dude. You know what I mean? I want to get on there live. So, look, I got something for you, Joe. Okay.
Okay.
What's going on with Joe, man?
I don't know. Why aren't you here, Joe? I love you so much, man. I missed you. I was hoping you were going to be here. I was looking forward to seeing you.
There you go, Joe. You should have been here, man. All these guys listen to you guys.
So you're telling me that Joe is not showing up to this thing and he's on your podcast? What the fuck, dude? What are you doing? Do you even PDR, bro? All here. I told you. We're all here hanging out. Where you at?
Oh, Jack and TC. Now I feel bad, dude. Thanks, you guys. I feel guilty.
Well, I told you, no, they weren't the only ones, dude. I just happened to have them on film, and we were just having a conversation about it. And I was like, all right, let's just get this down, dude. Right?
What a deadbeat I am.
Stay with us, folks. We are going to be talking about some of the tools that we got. Some people are like, what tools did you get? By the way, Joe, did you know that I had a bag, right? Bag full of little goodies and tools. It wasn't very but it was a plastic bag. Some people gave me some stuff. I had 2 bottles of hot sauce. I had Edgy Light. I had some just $800 worth of little goodies here and there, dude. Right? I set it down. I was talking to Bonnie at PDR Finesse. I come back and look at it, and it's gone. Someone ripped my bag off, dude.
Someone lifted it, man.
Yeah, someone lifted it right then and there, dude.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. But it's just the low life people. And I heard there was a lot of stuff stolen from different booths and things like that. Dude.
Blows my mind, man. When I first met Don Kavanaugh the first time at years ago at MTE, that was the conversation we had. He was, and I don't know why I remember this in my head, but I met him at the Pro PDR booth, and maybe he thought I was going to steal something or something, but no, but we were talking about it because he said that, somebody that people were stealing tools and stuff. It's like, I'll never forget the conversation that him and I had. It's like, what that $100 tool or $200 tool that you steal or whatever the price was, like, you're going to pay for that tenfold later on.
That's right.
In different ways, man.
That's right.
You can't carry that around with you and still be okay, like if you carry that around, even if you have no conscience, I believe that it sticks to you like a
100%. You know what? I'm not listen, guys, as you get older, it's true. As you get older, you learn to control your emotions, man. Right? It's like I could let that piss me off and not be in the present and moment with the people I'm in front of me, and I'm thinking about my bag.
Yeah,
it was 5 minutes of like, man, I'm a little angry right now, and I had to let it go. Speaking of that, today I come into a gas station, and this lady, all of a sudden she comes from the other lane, cut me off going into the gas station. I'm like, all right. So she goes straight ahead, and I see the pump in front of me, but I realize the gas tank is on my left side. So I pull in and I back up to the left, and all of a sudden here's, she hurried up and tried to make a U-turn, and she's not even at the pump yet, and she's beeping at me, dude. This is today, and I'm like, what's up? She's like, move. I was like, I'm not gonna let this bitch make me mad, dude. Right? I just parked my friggin' car, dude, and I was like, look, lady, I'm not moving, man. I'm just gonna get my thing here. You know what? The way you came at me, I'm just not gonna let you have it, dude. Yeah. She said, F you, you piece of crap in the soccer mom. Like I drive back and forth to the shop, an Odyssey, a Honda Odyssey. It's clean. It's super clean, right? No dents. And she's like, you driving that piece of crap soccer mom, Odyssey, van, yada, yada. Gosh. And I'm like, I just said, lady, show me your bank account. That's all I was saying,
You said that.
She had nothing to say. Yeah, you know what? I just like, I'm not going to let it bother me. I'm not going to give you that. Right. So
it's hard.
I'm practicing that. It's hard. I'm not saying I'm a monk or anything, dude, but let me tell you something, man.
Yeah. You got to go into your like Jedi mind power. Yeah. That sucks, dude. We get a lot of road rage out here too, man. It just, I try to just walk away,
Yeah. No, it's not worth it, man. But it's not worth it.
I've made the mistake of not walking away before, and it was a mistake, dude. People are like a tornado sometimes, you got to step aside and just let them blow through. That's just,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
it's insulting,
That's exactly right. It's exactly right. Joe, I got so much to tell you about, man. Right.
I bet.
I know some people on here are going to probably chime in, hold your thoughts, guys, too. Thomas, thanks a lot, dude. Check this out. I'm going to be talking about this tool in particular too, as well. All right.
That's so cool.
Such a pretty tool. I'm going to get on it wants to get my face, man. Right. Man,
what the heck is that, dude? You're going to do some knitting or something?
Bro, Thomas, sorry, man, but it had to go, Doc. All right.
You
already,
cut the handle.
Yeah, I already.
Oops. How dare you? How dare you, Toledo?
I got it. I got it taken care of. So I got a few of them to show you guys. Brandon, Andy, some of them. I spent a lot of time with those guys. I either had lunch with them, I had long conversations with them, I went to dinner with them, or one of them, at a time. Really good guys, man. Really good guys. Happy. Andy is just a happy, positive guy, Yeah. Listen, MTE, those are the type of people you want to be around. You want to be around people who are positive, man. The people who are going to complain about the industry and all this and all that, I get away from those people as fast as I can, dude. Let's just put it that way, right? I'm cool with people, but if you start talking about the world's coming down and get political with me and just rain on the parade, I'm out, dude. Right? I'm out, Joe. But it wasn't like that. That's what I'm trying to tell you, man. So,
good. That's awesome, man.
I feel like we're going everywhere, dude. Why don't you take control of this thing, dude?
All right. Well, welcome everybody to the Dent Time podcast, and we've got some more listeners here. We got I think we mentioned Brandon and Andy and Danny's up on here. Danny Espinal, what's up, Danny? Ahmed, thanks for joining us. Facebook user, welcome also.
Yeah, yo. That could be either Vince or Chris Dale. So
all right. All right.
Hey, you know what? We went to an awesome restaurant too. This one right here, To the Tango. Oh my gosh, the food. I went Dave Charlotte, man, and then we went to Charlie's. Oh yeah, dude. I don't want to tell you. I'm not going to tell you the price. I'll tell you afterwards, dude. We ain't going to go there. Not To the Tango. I'm talking Charlie's Steakhouse, dude. You're not going to. I'm not going to mention it how much it was here. So,
there's some good eats down there, man.
Yeah,
it's pretty world class.
I don't think this podcast is on audio anymore, guys. And I know it's late. Some of you guys are going to bed right now because we got started a little late today, but it will be on tomorrow, so you can catch it tomorrow, whatever we say. We're going to talk about we're talking about MTEs. It's still worth going. The tools, what kind of tools did we get, or what did I get? Were there a lot of game-changing tools? Was there a lot? Was it worth buying tools? Was it worth going to MTE? So I'll give you guys my take on that. I think Joe should have went regardless. It's Manny. Manny's on there. What's up, Manny? He almost got me to go to Mango's again, dude. So we all. Charlie's wasn't very impressive. Yeah, we'll see. The price tag was, I'll tell you that. And so, go ahead, Joe. What are we gonna start with, dude? You interview me since you haven't been there. What do you want to know about MTE?
Well, I want to know about that needle tool. What the heck? What's going on with that? Like, why has it got a big old hole in the middle?
Okay,
was that to save money on material?
It gives it more aerodynamic, dude. Right. So, literally, you look at this tool. There was 4 or 5 of them on the shelf. Everything else I wanted to get was gone. There was this one right here. So, Thomas, what's this one? And he knows I'm going to do an impression with this one, dude. I'm not going to do it. But anyways, he just said that this tool is really good. You can use it for the sides, meaning you can get between a brace, right, and rock it.
Okay.
Or you can get direct push, which I used it on a TikTok video or Instagram reel. You saw me working it with this. And you
Mhm.
can also use the tip of it right here.
All right.
Phenomenal the way it pushes. It's smooth. It works out. It works just awesome. Okay.
Okay. So kind of like a whale tail on steroids, basically.
It's kind of what do you call what we do, the whale tail? Yeah, the whale tail like this, okay? For between a brace and an open area, you're here like this. And if you need to get between a brace and whatnot, just need to push, you can push with the tip of it right there. It's completely smooth all the way around, right? So if I can get that in there.
Yeah.
It is
Right.
just super beautiful, dude. Okay. It's pretty stout, so you're not going to get much flex in it. I like that, but you're going to have to hold it. You're going to have to get real high up on the panel. So if you are going to push with it, you know, you don't have any height where there's no bend there to compensate for that. I would like to see one if they had one that has up here, but you know, Thomas, he comes out with different stuff, right? And this is a win tool. This is
definitely.
You are going to love this.
Well, I did see your video of you using it, and I saw that metal moving really quickly and cleanly too, which is, I mean, that's what we need, man. And that's what Stanliner's known for, right? Those clean, quick, effective pushes.
My students are learning to, you know, they're learning, look, the 5 first pushes of what is going to make it crucial about how to keep your dent clean, right? It's either going to start clean or it's going to start messy. And it usually finishes the way you start it, right? Stanliner tools, look, I'm not a spokesperson for them. By the way, disclaimer, Thomas didn't give me these tools except one. But you see, Myke, in order to, I'll give you a tool, but you've got to buy 6. All right. 6 tools cost me $1,100, dude. All right. Is it worth it? Hell yes. I'm going to show you too as well. All right. Like I said, does someone have to buy $1,100 worth of tools? No, they don't. I'm open to that, right? I have that mindset. Like, I want to try these things, you know. It is just makes your life a lot easier, dude. Looks like that tool won't leave any sharp outlets. It's smooth. Yeah, it won't, Danny. It won't. So
yeah, looks real clean. Looks real clean. And
Andy, what's going on, Andy?
What's up, Andy?
Dude? Yeah, Andy Patrick. Yeah, hung out with that dude, man. So he's good to go.
That's half of the Bert and Ernie duo, right?
My next tool. All right. You see this one?
Okay. Yeah.
So this one's designed for you to push with that tip right there, right? Okay. And you can side load it. Don't get me wrong. You can side load it. It wants to focus on my beautiful face right here. But you can side load it. It's got this nice hook. He does have similar ones to this, but it's really good for a comeback tool on the fender, on the edge of the fender, down the door. It's clean. It's really good. Of course, I did the old Chapo. Okay.
And that is
just
a
like to have
different.
Yeah, I want to either do an inline, or I can do a handle grip or a T handle grip. So this is why I do these tools, and because I just don't like to get married to the handle. And I did keep the handles, by the way. So
and where do you intend to use that tool at? On a car door?
Yeah. Upper door, right? Okay. Even down in the brace, behind the brace, and it'll come up, do a comeback a little bit, and get right into that section right here. It does have some flex. So if you're on a super like aluminum panel, this might not be the choice that you want to do. Okay. But far as straight on, it is a great tool. You can even do it an open panel like a hood, right? And so you're pushing directly like this. Right. It's very surprising that this tool, you think it would put high spots in it, but it doesn't, dude. Okay. It just doesn't do it. Right.
Yeah. So Myke, tell me, do you think there's going to be any issue with the handle unlocking and coming off of that when you're pulling it up into the upper brace to try and get it because the handle you're putting on there, it's ultra, right? And it locks on. It stays on, right?
It locks on, but I'm not like when I pull it up, I'm actually using. I know because my handle that I have is a ratchet, as well. So I will pull it if I need to make any adjustments. My hand's here, and I'm pulling it up.
Okay.
And I'm getting in my my position that I want.
Right. Okay. So I'm just saying, so that someone who is interested in buying that and then doing the same thing and putting an ultra handle on. So the old school ultra handles that you kind of just have like a little ball joint and pop off like the socket.
Yeah.
That's probably not the best handle for that, right? You'd want to get the one that actually has the locking mechanism. That
I never really, honestly, Joe, I never really had, maybe you did, but I haven't really had a problem with the handles popping off. Honestly.
Okay.
So I don't think you're going to have a problem with that. You definitely won't have the problem if you put a hub on from Anson or the A1 hub and you want to put the Gorilla Grip system on, you won't have that problem ever. Okay. But the cool thing about the Ultra one that I have is that you can also, let's say I wanted more extension, right? I can put an extension on here. Now I can lengthen the length of this tool if I needed to, plus put my handle on it, right? And then when I'm in the middle of a repair, all I do is on the fly, just pop it up and then boom, I'm ready to go. I don't have to take the handle system completely off to adjust it and ruin my concentration while I'm doing the repair. Does that make sense?
Yep, that makes sense. So, I like it.
Sorry, guys, I can't answer all your questions. Maybe Joe can sit there and do that while I'm talking too as well. So, but Vicente wanted to know what Stanliner tool we're using to do that crease video. Oh, yeah, it's coming up, dude. Yeah, right here. So Stanliner gave me this tool, right? I bought 6 tools. This was one of the free ones, and I forgot to cut it off, dude. Okay, but here you go. There is the official. This is this little thing. Usually has a little badge right here. You can know it's legit too as well. She's got its little.
Those are nice looking handles, man.
Yeah. And this quality has been in the making. If you guys can, Joe, if you can get this tool, it is bomb.com. It is the straight snake, but it's got just enough kick that you can use it right on. Let me put that on there. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, you can use. It's got just enough kick, right?
Okay.
Oh my gosh, dude! I gave it to my student who has zero experience in creases. I put a vertical crease in the door. He had an access point, and he walked it out, dude. It was the cleanest. He goes, I gotta get one of these. I called Thomas. Thomas knows. I called Thomas to see. He says it's a special for MTE, of course, right? He's going to have them this week or next week. I recommend this, guys. If you're going to get a new tool from Stanliner, one that you can use a lot, you're going to probably want to get this one right here. This is a great tool, and you pushing with the sharp part right here. You can side load too, and you can also just end up using the tip of it too. So it's got a little fatter tip to it.
So you're using those on creases, and it just brings out that crease like in a hurry, right?
Yeah.
Right on. Right.
It's not going to focus on me.
Right on.
There. Anyways, but yeah, I really like this tool. I wasn't expecting to buy a bunch of Stanliner tools, but the cool thing about Stanliner is that they had a demo area and you're allowed to actually try the tools. What kind of was, I was aware, I was watching people buy these tools, but nobody was trying them. I like to try the tools, right then and there.
Yeah. Right.
So I tried every single one of these tools before I got them, and I liked it.
Yeah, they are beautiful, man. Just that craftsmanship, how polished they are. They're super stout.
Yeah. Come on, focus, mofo. It wants to focus on me, man. So look at this one, dude. This is I don't know what this is. Maybe Thomas can see it. I don't know what he calls this one. But it's kind of like you can get it between a brace right here and just go like this, or get it between those holes, the cross inside the holes, and work the tool like this too.
So are you using like the bend to push the metal up?
Yeah, you're using the leverage of the bend, right? And then you're able to push like this with this tip right here. You can also, it's not just you're pushing straight on, you can also rock it too as well, like this. Okay.
Yeah. How do you like that handle?
Dude, I didn't cut this off on purpose because it's a great handle.
Oh, I think Thomas
I
would
find my finger going right through the hoop and just kind of just doing this, right?
Yeah,
Are
if you
making
cut that
fun of me?
handle off, Thomas is going to be
Yeah, and that.
be pissed about
But I
that.
definitely don't want to get pulled over at night and the guy goes, "What is this, dude? You know, what is this, dude?"
Yeah,
So,
that looks a little dangerous.
yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So one more. Actually, two more. Interesting tool.
All right. Okay.
It's a diamond, like a diamond blade shaved tool, right? It's almost kind of like if you think about forged fishtail flat, you know what I mean? Kind of like a diamond head, right?
Yeah.
It's
Get in
very,
between
very
those braces.
stout, bro. Very stout. So you can. This is more of like, you know, you could do it the hood, trunks, doors, and what I really like for is the quarter panels getting real close down to the edge by the wheel well,
Right.
and just kind of rocking it out and just kind of just like using the shoulder of this tool.
Right.
It's clean and it just makes life a lot easier. They're so nice. I don't even want to use them, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I hear you, dude. Because the handful of stand liners that I have, like I keep those in the cab of my truck. I don't even put them in the back because I don't want to scratch them.
Yeah, it's super clean. Stout. You can straighten this out. You don't have to have the bend in there if you don't need to. You're not gonna, you know, once you twist, when you do your torque, it's going right to the tip, regardless if it's bent or straight. You're gonna get some drive right to that tip, and that's what's really gonna make it shine. I'm not a spokesperson for Stanliner. I'm not a spokesperson for anybody. Just want to clarify that for you guys. I try to stay as neutral as possible in giving you guys the best type of experience that I would buy. I got one more tool. And a lot of people say, Myke, you don't talk very much about this company, man. You know, is there a reason why? And it's like, no, I just haven't really. The tools that they sell, which is A1, are distributed from other people like the Reaper, right? Anson, right? And we all know that at A1 makes it. But you know, I went to their booth and I looked at a tool, and I think you might have seen this. And I got their dent slayer tool, dude.
Okay.
So,
okay. Yeah, it looks very effective.
Really cool tool. Stout, got some real torque. Of course, I cut this off. This is an A1, but I cut the handle off. It's an inline handle.
Right.
Really liked it, dude. It's got good drive. Fenders, doors, mainly upper doors.
Right.
Just a great tool, right?
Yeah, super
you'll be seeing a review
universal. Yeah, it looks like
really
something
good back scratcher.
So, yeah, that's the go-to tool, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Very, very good, dude.
Pretty stout, man.
Look at all these. I didn't see all these friggin' comments.
Yeah,
I thought
you're getting loaded up over here. So
you guys, man, thank you. Appreciate it, man. So Thomas calls that the brace spoon direct pushing rolling. Okay. That was that one. This one, right? I'm assuming this is what he's talking about right there. That one right there. So really was it worth, personally, what I think is, you know, tools wise, I'm freaking super excited when I get back, when I have new tools, man. I don't know what it is. It just makes me want to fix dents more, dude. Right? I want to try new things, and it just makes me happy, man. I like having tools. I like to see new things. I have that open mind, regardless. Some people aren't, right? Oh shoot, somebody reminded me, sorry Myke, to have missed the MTE. Say hello. You're busy all the time, and you even had time to try the Flex Pixie. Your classes sounded great, but I attended a detail specific class. I actually bought the Flex Pixie, which I don't have right here. I think it's going to be a really good review. We're going to talk about that. We don't talk about enough detailing at the end. Joe, what do you do when you polish a car, dude? What are you doing? Are you just leaving it as a rotary polish and wipe, or are you doing any orbital?
I have a rotary, a little Milwaukee M12, but I don't really use it. I use mainly my orbital, and that I learned from going an MTE class from hosted by Mike Phillips
Oh yeah,
from Dent Geek.
Dent Geek.
And
Yeah. Oh
yeah,
no,
I learned
Auto Geek,
Auto
right?
Geek, or yeah, not Dent Geek. Forgive me. Yeah, Auto Geek. That's right. They're like mainstream. They're like all auto detailing stuff, uh, and yeah, I learned how to damp sand that way, and without swirling everything up, and that was through MTE, Education Day.
Yeah.
So there's a
Yeah.
lot of good info.
Yep. Vicente, you know what you reminded me? I forgot to bring the sharp picks from Finesse. I've got a video coming out with that because it's just something about Finesse, guys. If we love sharps. Door lords are probably the ones I go to a lot. I go to a Reaper. I have other sharp tools. But man, today we had a real bad sound deadening on a car for these techs we're working and we were working on a car, and this is a practice car, guys. So I'm being completely honest, but when you're on that, it was that sprayed hard sound deadening, dude. Right. And they never felt that before. And he couldn't really get it. Right. And so he grabbed one of the sharp tools. And what happened is that he got through parts of it, but the other part was already like crunchy. And then he went back to that one part and it slipped off of that crunchy.
Yeah.
And poked a high spot and cracked the clear coat, dude. Right.
Oh, yeah. That's happened to me before.
Yeah. But if you
fall
know
off
how
that
to,
edge.
but if he would have grabbed the Finesse tool, the sharp one, it would have bit right through there and got that
Okay.
little low, right?
Okay.
The Finesses are really designed, in my opinion, for aluminum and that sound deadening. And it's the go-to finisher for the most like complex, hard to finish low spots, you know what I mean, or pits that you're trying to finish. So we'll talk about those on a different podcast too. I'm not going to forget about those guys, but I think they're an overlooked company about their tools. They're supportive. They're there. I think a lot of people need to check a look. And to answer your question there, Vicente, I did not get a chance to pick those up. I had a budget and I already kind of blew it, so I didn't get those, dude. But I did get their picks. So
yeah, I did see those. I saw the Finesse soft tips, Vicente, and those look pretty cool, man, because you can fit that little R4 Dentcraft little cherry tip right on there. And I mean, at least that's what it looked like in the video. So, and then going back to the sharp Finesse tools, that you're talking about the Mark Circus line, right? The really sharp tools.
Yeah, and they have another one that's a little slow slope, right? And it's almost like a J hook almost, but it's really kind of goes down at an angle. And they have a shorter one and they have a longer one. And it's I would recommend those before the Zircus ones because you're going to use those a lot.
Yes.
It's a tie though, bro. If you're if you're a door dinger guy, the slow slope ones, right? If you're a hail guy, for sure the Mark Zircus ones, dude.
Okay. So Randy Ross says he mentioned the sharp door lords for hail, mostly on the doors. What do you think of that compared to the Circus rods? I mean, are they comparable or?
No, well, not really, because
the Circus rods.
He's right. The door lords are there. Oh, he loves the door lords for the hail. Okay. For which one, Randy? You talking top panels or the side panels? I mean, the side panels is definitely a go. I like you have more, as far as the side panels, the door lords are going to have a lot more torque and a lot more leverage points because the kick is so far out. It's really a fantastic tool. I would say it's one step less sharp than the PDF Finesse. The PDR Finesse is going to give you that ultimate. I mean, you can prick your finger, dude. Like literally poke your finger and it'll start bleeding, dude. So there's so many good tools. I just think it's a matter if you try it. And that's what MTE is about, man. Like you can pick them up, hold them, feel them, see if it's something that you like, and that's a great thing about MTE.
Yeah. Right.
what else we got here? Anybody else? I'm sorry, I don't think I can get to everybody, man. So
that's cool, guys. We appreciate you joining us.
Dave-O, you want to jump on? I'll give you a link, man. So I've told Dave-O I'd give him a link last time. So let's see here.
Yeah,
I'm gonna get him on Messenger. Let's see if I can get him on. Go ahead, take it away, Joe. I'm freaking sending it away.
So you sent me a while back a list of topics, and they kind of centered around like the beginner PDR entrepreneur, steps that one could take to succeed. And I fired back with like, forget about beginner. I think it's vets also, man, because I've been in this forever and I'm still learning this stuff, and what's the tools that we have at our disposal today, whether we're talking about stand liner or finesse or we're talking about social media and podcasts and information and growth opportunities, including MTE, these doors that are there for us to open. This was not as prevalent 10 years ago. I mean, it just keeps exponentially growing and growing, and it's awesome, man. So, I mean, we're in an ever-changing world. So that's what we're going to talk about is the critical steps that we as PDR entrepreneurs can take, or that we often overlook, rather, as what you had said, that kind of kill our business or kind of slow us down, burden us.
Yeah, I did. We did some. I had, MTE. It's always when you go to MTE, you have this vision of what you think you're going to get, right? Regardless if it's tools, regardless if it's somebody you're going to want to meet, regardless of the conversations, you have this thought process. Some people, they're terrified, right? They're like, oh man, I've never been around other techs, right? And we go in that thought process, and I'm going to kind of come around to that, Joe, but it's never goes the way you think. It usually goes a lot better, dude. I mean, a lot better. But going to set up with what you're saying, I mean, yeah, I go ahead and keep going, dude. Like what do you want to do?
You're talking about MTE, right? Like the energy, right? Like you get that energy, you open your mind to this energy that it's overwhelming. It can be, like it's in a good way, in a positive way, but you realize you're not alone, and I think maybe that's something that us vet techs dealt with for a long time, is like this, that Highlander mentality, like there can only be one, and like we wouldn't out in our local markets, we would be, combatant almost with our competitors. And then you go to something like MTE and all of a sudden you're meeting people on a different level, and everybody has so much in common. So there's one aspect right there. I mean, that, that you say it, there's still PDR entrepreneurs they don't know about this stuff. They don't know about MTE. They don't know about what we're doing right now, and,
I know.
And so they're missing out, but we're not really talking to them because they're not on here,
Joe, there's a guy, I have to say, I mean, there's a guy I had a conversation with, forgive me. I met so many people, but he said he would listen to our podcast here, and he listened to the podcast where we said, like, hey man, you can't put all your eggs in one basket, right? And he had a bunch of accounts, high-end accounts, and he was just starting his retail though, because he heard our podcast, and 2 weeks later he lost all of his accounts, dude.
Oh no.
All of his accounts, dude. And he said, Myke, I listened to you and Joe, and I'm never going to let anybody control my future again, dude. He said, I had a baby coming soon, C-section for my wife. It was a planned date. They don't care, Myke. At the end of the day, they just don't care.
Wow.
And I said, unfortunately, it's sad, but they don't. Only you can control your future, right? And so it was a good conversation like that. And Yeah, just it's reality though, man. Like, but the crazy thing is that people are winning out there, man. As long as they have that mindset that they're gonna want to win, and
Yeah.
they're gonna do it, right?
Yeah.
That's the juice. When you go there, that's the insulin, that's the shot that you're giving you. It's an adrenaline. It goes away. It goes away. But can you keep that adrenaline going? That's the thing.
That's $1 million question, right? Because MTE or no MTE, you know, you have to find ways to find that passion. And what is passion? I mean, maybe that's just a way that we trick our mind into, you know, keep moving forward and not get bogged down by dread or whatever, you know. But and there's different ways that we could do that. And you know, you and I discussed this this conversation a little bit before, and you know, you had an interesting take on it, on, you know, that a lot of us as entrepreneurs in PDR, we try to build too fast. I think you had mentioned, and we try to grow too fast and end up failing. And my take was the opposite. It was like, I couldn't fail fast enough because I lacked the passion for a long time. You know, I got complacent and I became kind of like a victim of working with the wrong clients. I put myself in that position. I was doing work that didn't really matter. And that's not to say that all wholesale is work that doesn't matter, because it does, but it has to do with the relationship that you have. My relationships with many of my wholesale accounts were not strong. And I take accountability now for part of that, you know, but some of these people were, you know,
no, it's
really not
it's
worth
that
having
way.
relationships with, you know.
Yeah.
So let's call a spade, you know. But I do think that had I been present in the mind enough, Myke, I could have failed quicker and picked myself up and dust myself off and really found MTE sooner, you know, and found all my tribe, because that's really what this is all about. Like, the details, you know, don't really matter at the end of all of this. But what matters is, you know, that we are serving. Ultimately, we're a service, right? We're serving somebody. So I have found that it is best to serve those where it matters. What you do matters at a high value. Right?
Joe, you're absolutely right. And you know what? Let's go back to the accounts, the dealerships, dude. Whose business you really building there, dude? Whose business are you building there, dude? You ain't doing nothing for your reputation except showing up and getting that account. But at the end of the day, you're building their business, their car lots, their retail. You ain't getting reviews for it. You ain't getting pat on the backs for it. You're getting paid for it. And you have to undergo in that mindset and going, look, I'm here to build my skill set as a technician and as a company. I'm going to use you. You're going to use me. But at the end of the day, you're not going to care about what happens to me. I don't put priority in that kind of, I don't let myself be in that. I in 2001, that was my decision, dude. I was after the retail since then, dude, because I understood that, dude. I understood that. I don't care how good you guys are in bed with the freaking dealerships. It's just, I just don't think it's safe to count on that you're going to have a great future in that, dude. And you wake up every day or every other day thinking, man, I hope I still gonna have my accounts, dude. Right? Or you're afraid to take a vacation, or you're afraid to go to MTE for a few days because you can't, because you have too much at stake to lose, because you don't want to be in the position that I'm talking to you about right now. Right. That's scary, man. That's scary.
Yeah, that is scary. They hang your career from a thread, you know, and that was a life I knew for so long. Yeah, that's a nice shirt there you got there, Myke.
Yeah, I don't want to take it off topic, dude. You keep going.
Right on, Q.
Like Q gave that to me. I said, you got a large dog, because I'm gonna be between largest, medium, largest, dude. You know what I mean? I fluctuate, dude. You know, it depends. You know, so yeah, 100%, Joe. And then going back to the part where this goes for any tech. New entrepreneurs are new. We come out, we want to be balls to the walls. We want to do this. We want to get this shop. We want to do this. We're going to grow this service and we're going to grow that service. But I think it's just like PDR, right? In order for you to be really good at and efficient at what you're doing, you have to slow down, man. You have to stop and smell the roses. And the slower you go, the better and faster you go, shall I say, right? Because you're not picking up pieces that you could have didn't drop in the first place, right? It's the same thing with training. When you're pushing dents, these guys are trying that you give them a crease. For instance, you want to see somebody give yourself a crease, dude. Okay. You want to see how patient you are? Give yourself a crease. And how many times when you do a long crease, you got to go and fix out all the little micro lows that you skipped because you thought you got that part and you didn't. But if you would have done increment smaller pieces, it would have been cleaner and you would have been done faster because you invested extra time in the beginning to go slower. That hour invested in the beginning saved you 4 hours in the end. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. Right.
And it's the same thing with your business, right? You have to think about, listen, the only reason why I say that, I'm not telling you guys something that I enjoy and I didn't do. We went through this, man. I rushed. I did a bunch of different things and I realized, man, I didn't do that right. Or I didn't get the right CRM system, or I didn't do this. And I spent 2-3 times more money than I should have. Those are the type of mistakes that we're talking about, right? You got to do your research, man, and go slow and make sure you're making the right choices. And so that's, I think, is super important to any entrepreneur. And that's what we are, right?
Yeah. Ron from One Shot Paintless Dent Repair says, it was the same with me and the rental car accounts. I was stuck in a bubble for so long. Yeah, man, that sounds so familiar, and I mean, let's face it, the money's good though, Myke. I mean, like when you're getting, like, you can go in one place and make pretty good coin, even at the low prices that I used to do them for at the used car departments, and so it becomes kind of like I think they call it the golden handcuffs, like you don't want to leave. And then when you're ready to leave, it's too late because they already fired you, I've been there.
Look, as long as you guys understand that comes with the territory, you're fine. But if you're counting on that and you're not building your real business, which is your brand, your company, your retail market, I don't know, man. One day it's
yeah. Well, we've talked about that a lot on other episodes.
I'm not going to try to. I don't want to be a rain
versus
rate. I'm
retail.
not trying. Yeah.
I think really it comes down to, like I said, if we're doing the work that matters, then we're doing the right work. And for some of us, it might mean doing wholesale because, like our friend Chris Brown, I talk to him all the time, and he knows the deal, and he's building his retail business on the side, but he's got great relationship skills with a good client, who also has, they care about him as a vendor. They've been, he knows the owner and all that, and he's doing it right. So he's doing the work that matters, right? And for a lot of us, we don't have those connections, or myself, I didn't really have the connections nor maybe the wisdom at the time, so, but I do less jobs now, and I'm not doing as much as I was before, but I'm doing work that matters to me, and it pays well, per job. And, it's not a lot of them, but they're there, and it pays because it's rewarding to me. I feel good doing that kind of work. But
well, what do we really do it for, dude? Are we doing it for the money?
Yeah.
At the end of the day? Well,
yeah.
Well, yeah. But here's the part with that. I think what we do is we chase the money, but we forget about chasing to be content, right? How much money is enough to be content, right?
Yeah.
Man, I wake up every morning and I go, God dang, Myke, how lucky are we to be in this position, man, to be doing what we do, right? I'm just like every day I have to remind myself, man. I'm like, man, I gotta.
That's good.
I gotta be more happy about, and I'm happy. I'm just saying, I just have to check myself once in a while because I think we all get in that pace, man. Right? We want to do this. We want to take on the world. This we want to. Oh, we got to do this. You know, listen. In the day, man, I think it's just we have to be content, man. You have to realize, be self-aware about like what's really going to make you happy. And like I said, man, I heard this a long time ago and it still sticks with me, man. Someone says, Myke, you ain't going to be happy. If you ain't happy with $10 in your pocket, you ain't going to be happy with $100 million, dude, in your bank. I said, well, I don't know about that. I'd be pretty happy, dude. But they said emotionally wise, you'd be the same.
Right.
Emotionally wise, you'll be the same. It's not going to change you emotionally, like inside of you. But hey, I'm not Yoda or anything, man. But you know, I do see that, dude. I've been there, done that. I think I've made enough money to justify that feeling.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. I love that, Dave. Dave-O, money is a byproduct of me enjoying hitting cars with a hammer every day.
Yeah.
And that's so true, man. It's a byproduct. And under the ideal circumstances, you're providing the service for somebody else, and the money is just a byproduct because this is what you're supposed to do. This is what you're meant to do. And that's pretty cool. I love that. Now you mentioned, Myke, that, about growing too fast and not slowing down the process. Years ago, I remember you saying, mainly about technical skills in PDR. What was the saying you said? Slower is faster. Did you say that?
Yeah, actually, I think I wasn't the first person to say that. Marty Runick from Top Gun said that. So I
Sorry,
he
Marty.
said that first, and he hit the nail on the head when he said that, and so I'm gonna give him credit for that.
Yeah, okay. So. I apologize. I may have read it from Marty then on doording.com. Marty is a really knowledgeable dude, man, with PDR and metal flow. I love watching his videos on
but honestly, anything's like that. It's not just PDR, right? If you really slow down to do something and you want to do it right, it usually goes better, right?
Did you ever find yourself at a point where you were growing too fast and you found friction?
I did.
Really?
I did. Yeah. I was doing a Recon Express, right? I had a site called Recon Express. I still have it. It's so old. You guys are going to go look at it, dude. You're like, what the hell? I don't maintain it anymore. It was a directory. I was helping other techs market. I was just so excited about helping them. And then I was like, wait a minute, I'm helping so many people, right, do their thing. And it was taken away from mine, dude, right? In order to do something else, you have to master this and systemize that so it keeps running by itself. Then you can go do that.
Yeah.
The real thing is, I guess, listen, guys, can your business, and I say this over and over again, dude, how do you know you have a business? If you die, is your business still going to run? That's when you know you have a business. Treat it like a franchise, you guys. Can it still run without you? Unless you're that type of guy that says, look, I'm gonna do it myself, and I'm gonna stock as much money as I can, and I have a plan, and whatever I got left over, it is what it is, and you have a nice fat life insurance, then you're good. But I'm just saying, if you want to do other things, make sure you can your business is running without you. Can it run without you?
Okay.
And there's your answer, right?
Right. Well, that's what works for you and for a lot of guys, and it's smart, and it's a legacy that is left behind for your loved ones. Let's face it, and it can continue to produce. I tried doing that, with having maybe I was trying to grow too fast, and I had a couple guys that I would rely on as PDR techs. They were contractors, and one particularly would help me with a big account. And long story short, that kind of blew up in my face because I didn't have all the puzzle pieces together, Myke. I didn't have enough leads. I had plenty of volume work from the used car, world. But when that all dried up, I couldn't provide work for them anymore. And it was disheartening, but at this point, I feel like growth for me is a little bit different. I think a shop is in my future and a little bit more distant than right now it's me being mobile and optimizing everything on a highest level and paying really close attention to my ticket, my average ticket number. And because that's going to be my way of knowing, that is my way of knowing that I'm dealing with the right types of opportunities and turning down the ones that are just too much drama and too much work for me. Like, for example, I've been just turning down the dent warranty claims. When they reach out to me, I don't do them. I tell them I can't help them because it's not worth it to me, and because a lot of times they're asking me to do the tough ones anyway, because I'm higher priced. And then it goes into a long, drawn out thing of me trying to justify the cost to them. And then after all that's said and done, when I finally go and do it, I'm
You have to wait 30 days.
I got to wait 30 days or longer. And if they don't pay, then I got to go and do more admin work. And I do all my own admin stuff, which is, here's another topic for what we're talking about, the steps of success for PDR.
Well, Joe, you're right. You're still in the building process though, dude, right? You're still in that building process where you will have the opportunity to build that. But right now you are still technically people, you ladies and gentlemen, you don't know, Joe was mainly doing a lot of accounts, and then he got into the retail, but he chose to be a higher value. You have conviction of the value that you offer, right, Joe? You're sticking to the convictions of the value that you have. And what you're doing is to me, in my eyes, is that you're building the business that you want right now. That's
right. Here's where I'm at, dude. Because I will be okay with if it's just me for here on out. And I understand that I have a shelf life, as a PDR tech, when I'm not pushing, I'm not making money. I get it. And it's such a natural progression to consider going into a shop and then adding the other, services that go hand in hand with PDR. It's a smart choice. It really is. But for me, the more self-aware I become, the more I realize at this point in the game, I'm actually better running a tight ship. And like I said, optimizing on a really precise level to where I don't have to rely on anybody else. I don't have to babysit anybody else. I don't necessarily want to be a shop manager. And, that's probably going to be my future, quite frankly. But I also look at ways that my skills that I've developed as a result of really honing in on, for example, the salesmanship, and of connecting my belief in my product, my service, with communicating that to the person who's standing in front of me, and being able to do that in the best possible way and in a very quick way. And in finding out also by asking questions and understanding what their problem is, what their need is, finding out right away if we're not a good fit as well. So I can move on to the one who I can truly help. And at the end of that, I can transfer those skills into virtually any business, because we are in the people business. There's a saying, we are all in the people business, no matter if we're fixing dents or if we're, a salesperson or if we're sweeping the floor, man. We're in the people business because we are humans and we communicate. It's what we're doing right now. It's what our buddies are doing on, with the comments and stuff. And
Joe, I really think that I'm not trying to put you on the spot, but I really think you missed some good conversations that connected to what you just said, right? I mean, honestly, there's a lot of like-minded people there.
Oh, I
who
know
are
people.
there,
I know.
who
And
are there. You know that. I know that you know that. But I'm just saying, like, I had conversations what you're saying right now all weekend long,
I know.
sober and faded, whatever you
Not
want to say. You
and
know,
not so sober.
not that kind of faded, but
I've
like,
had those
you know,
conversations too, man. And dude, I had a conversation about fatherhood with Sal Contreras in the trunk of a car
oh shit.
coming back from Rocco's Tacos. All right. So it was an Uber, and we were trying to fit too many people in the car. So,
Yeah.
and that was it.
Yeah.
But we weren't even talking
Joshua,
about PDR. We were talking about fatherhood, and
yeah, I know.
it's powerful, man. Trust me, dude, I'm
Joshua,
a believer in
Joshua has a
MTE.
question for you, Joe. Speaking of debt warranties, companies, have you dealt with NW1 or N1? I've never heard of them.
I never have either.
Yeah.
There's
No,
a
I
lot
have
of them,
Joshua.
man.
Sorry, dude. No. I dealt with the ones I deal with right now are pretty good. They pay me pretty fast. So either by credit card or they have a check there within the week. So that's pretty good. Anyways, I don't want to get all into that either, dude, but that's
Well,
a
that's
whole
another
new
subject for another
yeah,
day.
that's a whole new
But
subject.
my point of bringing that up is not to, like, put down the dent warranty companies. Honestly, I don't
No.
believe in it in the program, but that's not to say I never did business with them. And I choose not to, just because I run a tight ship. I don't have an admin assistant. I do all that stuff. And so I have to take on the opportunities that are going to be clear win-win and no hassle.
Yeah.
I do have clients that I have to bill a statement to, a few wholesale accounts still. And other than those guys, it's payment on
Yeah.
cash on delivery, or payment on delivery,
Yeah. I deal with, well, I used to deal with Craig Hunter over at 1-800 Dent Doc. So yeah, I gotta call that guy, dude. He owes me some favors, dude. So Joshua Dag. Okay. So anything else you want to elaborate on, man? Because at the end of the day, was it worth it going to MTE? Hell yeah, dude. I mean, come on, guys.
Yeah.
Hell yes, dude. It's always the bomb, dude.com. What's up, Chris? I even saw Chris. Hey, Chris was actually relaxing at the MTE, dude. I kind of cornered him. He was having a little coffee or something at the breakfast thing, and we got a little small chat in, and we said what we were doing, saying, and we friggin' went our own ways, dude. It's such a blur there, Joe. You know that, dude.
Oh,
right?
dude, I know. Trust me. I used to
I'll
get
be like, oh, Joe, what's going on? And we'll sit down, we'll have a conversation.
Dude,
Someone will pull you, someone will pull me.
I cannot have a small talk conversation with anybody, dude. You know that.
Yeah.
And that's exhausting, So I don't know
Yeah.
if I have the energy to do that anymore, And then you give me, when I start drinking, man, forget it. I don't shut up.
Well, I met up with it was 5:30 in the morning, dude. Next thing you know, I see Paul Corden, we're with Myke, Dave Shalott, and who else was the other person we were with, man? Next thing you know, we got an Uber to friggin' to Waffle House, dude. And it's the conversation's locked on, dude. You know what I mean? And then we just did that. It was just a blur, but it was crazy, Didn't do that every night. Actually went to bed at like 8:00 on one of the nights, dude, there. So Dave, yes, I need to look at that. Oh, you guys are having conversations with each other, man. All right, gotcha. All right, okay. Yeah, you were. I heard your voice, dude. Brandon Smith is my first MT. Amazing. Don't know why I put it off for all these years. I didn't know that, Brandon. Didn't know that, man. Yeah. See what I mean?
Well,
once you go, you're pretty much hooked, dude.
Been converted.
Yeah.
Right on, Brandon.
Unless you're Joe Garcia, he's got mind control, dude. He's like, we're gonna get his butt out there next year, dude, for sure.
Yeah.
So, anything else you want to elaborate
I miss
on
all
here,
these people, man. There's lots of people I want to meet too that I haven't yet met, you guys. So, but it's nice conversing with you here. So So in short, going back to the, these vital truths about success as a PDR entrepreneur, whether you're, growing a larger scale or trying to scale a business, for example, or if you're just want, success as a one-man operation. I mean, I think I can't really like say, here's what you got to do, but what I can tell you, what I haven't, what the pitfalls that I fell into, and if I can boil it down to the two things, it's going to be mindset, things like just being present, man. There was a lot of times where I wasn't present, and because when you're present, you're going to be more intentional. You're going to work on your business as opposed to just working in your business, and you're going to show up. So being present, and then of course on the tangible end, there are tools to acquire. And there are so many of them, and in so many different ways. We've talked about tools on the technical level, the Stanliner tools and all that, but also the tools that we have in, that phone in our pocket is a huge tool, man, that we really use so much more now than ever. And it's just putting our businesses literally on the map to our local markets, our local consumers, let alone all these awesome people that we're meeting through social media all over the world, in PDR, involved in PDR. So after that, I think where they connect is for me it can be exciting, and I figured out ways to trick my mind into continuing to push forward, even when I get kind of demoralized, because there's that other side of it, you get enough calls in a row where, your price is too high, because it's not the going rate or whatever they're saying, but you trick your mind into doing these things. Like for me right now, what I've been doing is I've revisited an old task, if you will, that I learned from PDR college, those guys, which is the call log. And so I'm collecting data on my call logs once again. For every call that comes in, I write down with a pen and paper, and I even got a little special blue pen, man, for it, to trick my mind into wanting to take these calls. Remember, Myke, when we talked about our New Year's resolutions, my main resolution was I want to wrap my head around this weakness that I have of not wanting to answer the phone because I get tired of that sense of rejection, because my price is either too high or there's just this thing, that I didn't, so I fixed it by tricking my mind into, okay, I'm going to collect data instead of being emotional about it. I'm going to be scientific about it, the way I am with my repairs, and I'm going to collect this information, and it's turning into a game now, and I'm getting better at it.
That's cool.
I'm going to start doing what you
do. What do you mean
too.
Collecting data? Like, what do you mean by that?
Well, I don't have it in front of me right now, but I have a sheet. It's a call log, and I got this from PDR college back when they had the advanced seminars and that stuff, and Keith had a little call log with all this information, the basic information, the customer's name, their address and number. I added a few things of my own, trying to keep it simple though, not too complicated, but I should show it on here one of these days. But and I don't necessarily recommend that anybody does these things, because I have
Joe,
weird ways of wrapping my head around things, but it works for me.
What you're saying is though, but at least you're consciously going into it with intent. That's what you know what I mean? You're constantly trying to make a change, a direction, trying to figure out, your client base, what the value of your customer is to you. You're trying data. They say data is what gets you forward, goes forward. How are you going to learn if you have no data, right? To go off of. I think that's super important, man.
That which can be managed. Yes. That what can be managed can be measured, or vice versa. That which can be measured can be managed. And there we go. And vice versa, I guess. But
that's right.
But and that's what makes it exciting for me. And I think that's along with ordering Stanliner tools. And I keep saying Stanliner, but it could be any one of these places. I ordered from Anson this the other day and got a bunch of Reaper tabs. Those are freaking going awesome. So
you like those, dude. I agree with Davo. What may work for you may work for someone else too. So Got to get that info out there, Myke, share that CRM you recommend and why it's needed. Later, Christopher, they'll take a freaking minute and a half, dude. I know you use a CRM too. I think you were telling me which one you're using like last year. I think I used something different. I've still, honestly, you guys, CRM systems aren't made, you pick one and it's going to work, dude. Like you gotta, I don't want to get into all that, but man, you got to do your diligence, and it's something you work on, dude. Like setting it up, setting your systems up, your automations, and is the workflow going that way? I mean, and some of them aren't going to work the way you want them. You might have to switch in the middle of your system. So, ladies and gentlemen, CRMs, I know it sounds, some people like, I don't know what the hell that is. It sounds scary,
What does CRM stand for, Myke?
Customer relations management. Okay. And there's another way it has, there's other abbreviations for it, but basically when someone interacts with your contact, whether it be a website or a phone call or an email, what do you do? How are you getting their information? A chat bot. So you're taking their information and putting in basically a customer journey. You know what I mean? And what journey are you going to take? Did they take action? And if they didn't, what are you going to do to take action to help them take action? If they did take action, well, do you have a follow-up this or follow-up text message this? And then goes into review systems, and then it goes into your ecosystem, right? And it gets super deep, dude.
So Myke, so like that text that I get on my birthday to remind me to go to the dentist from the dentist office.
That's a CRM system. Yeah,
that's CRM. Okay.
Yeah.
And by the way, so let me just explain real quick, briefly here. When I received that text on my birthday, right back in December, right away I thought, man, that's so cheesy, man. How dare them? They're using my birthday as a way to get my money, basically, right? But then I thought, well, I do need to go to the freaking dentist. It reminded me, and guess what? I've got to go to the dentist now. So, and I know that was in December and it's February now, but never mind that. My point is that it works. So Chris, to answer, or Chris Ray was saying that why it's needed. Well, right there's an example right there, and that's something that I want to graduate to at some point. For now, I'm old school caveman, writing the stuff down, but I do keep MTRX. I keep records on that. I try to get email from everybody, even when I only write them an estimate and don't actually get their business. So even if it's not necessarily a good fit at that point, that way I have them on file, because they do become customers later on. And especially if they remember you.
Do you have an email subscribe list, or do you have something where you're getting asking them for their information, anything like that?
No, any call to action, anything like that?
You should be trying, at least doing that, Joe, building a thing that, the best customer to get is the one you already have. Right? That's the best customer you have. And really at CRM system too, as well, is to keep them your customer. That's the main thing, right? Or basically, like I said, it's so powerful. It can go, it's a spider web, but an organized spider web. So there's a lot of opportunities to do that.
Is there a basic one that somebody like me could get into that I could?
You could use something like a let's see, or Check It, a chat bot system, Formula, something that's super easy that can help you gain that information. You can text them back. I really would try to, if you're new to the game, try to get in the text message game, where because people, you have an 85% better open rate than email. I'm not saying email is gone. By no chance it is. People still do that, but it's easier to get in contact with them through text message. So I know a lot of guys who are using it, Davo, Dentless. There's a few people here that are using it already.
You don't think that, like, I guess I kind of answered my own question already, because I was going to say, you don't think that it comes across as like a bot and not human enough?
Oh, yeah,
but
well,
I just said it though about my
yeah,
birthday.
you know, in a way, yes, there's a time. It's etiquette, shall I say, right? You're not bombarding them, right?
Right.
It's almost an expected way where you can make it almost humanized, right? And then
Okay.
it's lets you notify that this customer's on the hook, and then you can get a hold of them, pick up the phone, or
Right.
reach out to them personally.
Yeah.
But yes, you can get that way. But not to change the subject, Vicente, Vicente says you trained a girl in dental Olympics. She's the first female to enter. I believe she was the first one to see. There was another girl that supposedly entered that day too as well. I didn't see her perform. I did meet the lady, but I didn't see her. But Mo I know was one of the first to go.
Yeah, that's
Good for
pretty
her though,
awesome.
man. I
Yeah,
mean, I
right
know
on.
most guys wouldn't do it, right? So
That's
um,
nerve-wracking, dude.
it is nerve wracking. She
Kicked
gave it
ass.
her all, man. So thanks for reminding me, Vicente. So, Mo, if you're watching this, way to go. I'm super proud of you. I couldn't coach you because you might have got disqualified, but there was some things that, things with that. I'm not going to lie, is Mo struggled because what happened is that she needed more leverage, right? And these door tools, that's the beauty of these door tools, these handles. You want to create as much leverage as you can. And you also, when you're twisting and pushing, you want this to be level shoulder naturally this way. She was like this. She was up high, and she
Yeah.
had a short handle, and she was
Okay.
real. So she was doing pushing right here with this and leaning in, and she was just, and you could see she was just sweating and struggling on that deep dent.
Okay.
She did fantastic for what she worked with, but the leverage makes all the difference in those type of repairs. And so
Okay.
Rex,
Sure.
man, I trained Rex. If that's the Rex I know, I trained Rex. He's from Hong Kong area. So yeah.
What's up, Rex?
What's up, Danny Dance? Okay, you guys go ahead. You have your conversations here, man. HubSpot, it's free. Yeah, Christopher, to a certain point, right? To a certain point. It is cool to get started, though. I think he's saying that to you, though, Joe. HubSpot is pretty cool. There's
Okay.
there's a learning curve for all that stuff. So you're gonna just have to pick which one you like, dude.
Right. Right.
High, what do you call it? There's high something. I forgot. That looks like a good one too. So
See, that's why this is good, man. Once again, we're getting information. You and I are just selfish because we get our answers, or we get answers to our questions here, Thank you, Chris, Ray, and Dave O. Appreciate that.
I sent you an invite, Dave. You didn't get it. I messaged you. So go take a look. Let's see here. Got that free coupon and get kind of funny all through the message. Yeah, so there's a lot of different ways you can go. Mo Castillo, badass. Yeah, she is a badass tech. So
yeah, so for our iTunes listeners or somebody who's listening to the recorded version, Dave O, he says, I get a local pizza shop saying, yo, here's a buy one, get one slice on us, and don't ghost us again.
Yeah.
It's, and it's the way the world works now, it's expected, right?
I sent it to your messenger, by the way, Dave. I don't know what happened, but I did send it to you. So let me just take a look here.
That's right. You invited him on. I forgot, man.
Yeah,
we need to have Dave
you know what, Dave? We'll get with you next time, and we'll have you come on in the beginning. How's that?
We need to have like a special on either social media or we could talk about CRM, and have Dave and Chris, and we just education day, man.
Oh, here's a question for you,
I love
Joe.
it. What's that?
When you gonna get on, make some videos for Denture? I bet you'd be a good teacher along with Myke. Hey, yeah, he's all right,
man. Thanks, Jeff. You just made my day, man. Thank you.
That is dope. Hey, wait, you know what? We'll get him on there. We'll get him on there, man. So
man, Jeff, to answer your question, I haven't, and Myke invited me on quite a while ago, and I didn't take it lightly. But a lot of the videos, I'm trained to do videos that are geared towards the consumer, to educating the consumer on what PDR is and what it looks like and what it feels like and what it looks like at the end and how much it costs to. And I found I started to do a dent trainer video, and I realized, you know what, man, I don't have the setup for this, and I don't want to. Maybe I'm too perfectionist, dude, but I don't want to build a crap product, you know. I mean, I'm not saying that's what's on there. I don't want to put my name on something that I'm not proud of. So, but you know, it's head trash, I guess. You know?
Yeah, it is. It is. We're in 2022. I teach courses too, and classes, and people, and coach them, and all that stuff. And I said, look, I'll maybe Christopher Ray disagrees with me, but I don't really see this. The camera you're seeing me on right now, great picture, dude. Okay, that's why we buy these high-end cameras. But try to take a video of a dent with this high-end, expensive-ass camera. Unless you're shooting real far away and you're zooming in, and you got, you know, I know how to capture it, but it's a pain in the ass, dude. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
This, my friends, is getting better and better. All right. I don't know if I'm going to buy another expensive camera within 3 to 5 years, because I don't see the need, dude. I really don't. Unless you're doing a high-end production, and that there is a time and place for that stuff. I think people I was one of those guys that thought you have to have a high-end camera to be respected as a really an artist of their trade, and think that it'll be ooh and ah. Honestly, I keep going towards the phone, dude, more and more. All right, because it's convenient. You can get more done. Right, you can store it. Everything is there. So I think a phone is just the way to go, Joe. And you do some fantastic videos just with your phone, dude. The content is what matters, and I think audio is more important than content in some cases, along with the content. I mean, the content's great,
okay,
but what's more important? The audio, okay, and then the video. Right?
Okay.
So,
well, thank you. Right on.
Anyways, I think we got to wrap this up, dude. So, you guys, I'm gonna read a couple more comments. Yeah, Matt. You know what? Well, I have to get not just myself. I think me, Joe, maybe Christopher Ray. We'll get like some big dogs in here. Corey, see what's going on there. I know Paul Corden does some of that stuff too. So everyone's on that train right now, and I feel like that train is pretty. It's different for everybody, shall I say. It goes in different directions. You know?
Yeah. Well, these are the tools that I'm talking about, that we have to acquire the tools, you know, and it could be CRM. It could be just feeding our minds too, you know, audio, you know, as dent guys, you know, we get to listen to audio books, you know, and podcasts, and just, we're growing, man. We got to loosen the hat up, you know?
Yeah. That's right.
It's a good time to be a dent guy, man.
You guys stop commenting. I'm trying to get the hell out of here. Okay. Yeah, Jack wasn't here tonight, dude. So Myke, I love your videos. I'm a dent trainer subscriber, but I also think Joe would be good too. I've been listening to your older podcasts, and I like it when Joe is on. He sounds cool.
Thank you, Jeff.
Appreciate that, Jeff.
Appreciate that, man.
It's cool, man. We love the feedback like that, guys. That's why we'd like to have the lives too, and all that good stuff. If you guys get a chance here, don't forget about the Mega Media event, January. I'm messing up my own. April 28th, 29th. Anson's has an open house on Saturday the 30th, and the IMI is the 27th. So if you haven't had an IMI, you're not certified yet, I highly recommend doing that. April, again, 27th, 28th, 29th. 30th. Ours is the event, the Mega Media event's 28th and 29th. Go to themegamediaevent.com, and we will see you then. And don't be one of those procrastinators and wait till last minute. You stinks. So great book to give you inspiration, show your work in Austin cleaning. Which book? What's he talking about?
Okay. So Christopher Ray is recommending a really good inspirational book called Show Your Work by the author Austin Kleon.
Oh,
so,
okay. Got you. Okay.
Yeah.
You ready?
I'll look it up, Chris. Thanks for the recommendation, man.
Thanks, Christopher. Yep. I saw a video of Myke. You guys never going to let us go, huh? So saw a video of Myke interview from South Dent Gear like 12 years ago with recorded microphone. Yeah, dude. I knew, dude, back then, dude. You guys do you guys know I was doing podcasts before really podcasts were coming out? Except you guys weren't in the times, dude. You guys, I was way ahead. I was so far ahead that the PDR industry wasn't ready. It wasn't ready. So I went to video after that. And then PDR College came along. They nailed it. It was perfect timing for them to do it. Matter of fact, they got the award of what was that called?
Yeah, the Golden Myke Award.
Yeah, well deserved too. Yeah, we all said that they should have.
Don't act like you don't know what that name of that award was.
No, I had a brain fart.
I know you. I know you had a hard time sleeping the night before.
I'm having fog right now, dude. You know?
I'm just busting your chops, man.
All right. Yeah, Golden Myke, dude. All right. That's it. Good night, guys. Love you all. Appreciate you. We'll see you in 2 weeks, okay? 2 weeks. Not every Wednesday. It's 2 weeks. I just happened to get this in because of that. Vicente, go to bed, man. All right? Take care, guys.
Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate you.